I let their family use my grill when their gas line failed. They returned it coated in grease and said, "You can clean it. You're used to that kind of work." I said nothing. But I cleaned it so thoroughly they'd never guess what I left inside it next. Inside that compartment, under the drip tray, I used to store a lighter, a little tin of wood chips, and an old meat thermometer. Stuff most people forget is even there. But when I opened it, all I saw was grease and crumbs. And a cigarette butt. I don't smoke. That told me everything I needed to know. They'd been careless. Disrespectful. They treated my property like junk and laughed in my face about it. I could have yelled. I could have knocked on their door and demanded an apology. But people like them don't hear that kind of thing. They don't think folks like me deserve to complain. So I got quiet, and I started planning. First, I cleaned out the cabinet. Then I found something from work. A little vial of concentrated stink spray. It's used for training janitors how to handle worst-case messes. It's synthetic, and only a drop is needed to make a room smell like rotting meat mixed with sewer gas. 1 drop under a desk can make a teacher leave for the day. I put 2 drops on a cotton ball and tucked it behind the grill's inner panel, under the metal lining where no one would look. I screwed everything back together. Then I wheeled the grill across the street and knocked. Jeff opened the door, eyebrows raised. "Hey," I said. "Cleaned it for you. Figured you might want to keep it, since you seem to enjoy it so much." He looked surprised. "Seriously?" "Sure," I said. "Consider it a gift." He thanked me, a little too quickly, and wheeled it to his backyard. I walked back home. Waited. The next evening, I saw them out there again, grilling like nothing happened. Burgers this time. I saw Kendra take a bite and pull back like something smelled funny. She sniffed the air. Jeff opened the cabinet and poked around. Then he lit a candle right there on the side table. I almost laughed. Next day, they grilled again. This time they had a citronella candle and one of those plug-in scent diffusers clipped to the handle. But it didn't help. The heat made the smell worse. They cleaned the grill over and over, but every time it fired up, the stench got stronger. After a week, the grill vanished from their yard. I saw Jeff dragging it toward the curb in the middle of the night. I guess they thought it was broken. That was satisfying. But it didn't stop there. 2 weeks later, Jeff came by while I was watering the grass. "Hey," he said, "this is awkward, but did you, ever notice a smell in that grill? Like a dead animal or something?" I shook my head. "No. Never. Maybe something crawled in there after you took it." He nodded slowly. "Yeah, maybe." Then he added, "Kendra threw out all the meat in the freezer, just in case." I smiled. Probably for the best. I figured that would be it. Small win. Quiet revenge. But a few days later, I heard yelling across the street. It was early evening. Sun was low, cicadas loud. I was sitting on my porch with a beer when I heard the shouting. Jeff and Kendra, full volume, doors wide open. "I told you it was your idea to take that thing." Kendra was yelling. "Now the whole back patio smells like death." "It's in the cushions, Jeff." I had to throw out the umbrella. Jeff barked something back, but I couldn't catch it. He stomped outside, dragging the grill back to the curb again for the second time, but this time he slammed the lid shut like it had personally offended him. I kept my face still. Just sipped my drink. But here's where things got interesting. That weekend, I noticed something. Their car was gone, both of them, all Saturday. But late that night, I saw Jeff walking around in my driveway. Thought maybe he was drunk, maybe just cutting across the yard. I didn't say anything. Next morning, I went out to check. My grill, the one I kept covered and clean, had something smeared under the lid. Barbecue sauce. Sloppy, half-dried. And a note taped to the propane tank. Still smells like sh*T. That's when I realized it wasn't over for them, either. They wanted to play. They had no idea I wasn't done. I took the grill apart that afternoon. Washed everything. Rechecked the hidden panel to make sure the cotton ball was gone. It was likely melted or tossed out by the trash guys when Jeff tried to ditch it. Then I went to my shed, unlocked the bottom drawer, and pulled out a small container I hadn't touched in years. I used to trap raccoons back when we had a problem near the dumpsters at the school. I still had the bait, concentrated fish oil pellets that reeked the second you opened the lid. I soaked one in olive oil and tucked it into a tea ball, the kind you use for loose-leaf tea, and tied it with wire under the grill's back lip, where it wouldn't burn but would definitely heat up. That night, I wheeled the grill across the street. Knocked once. Jeff didn't answer. I left it by their garage with a note. Cleaned it again. Hope this helps. No hard feelings. I didn't see them use it again. Not for 2 days. Then suddenly, they had company over. Friends, maybe family. Folding chairs, drinks, kids playing in the yard. Jeff lit the grill. Kendra smiled. Everything looked normal. Then it hit them. I watched from my porch as the guests wrinkled their noses one by one. A woman covered her mouth. A guy checked his shoes. Kendra fanned the air with a paper plate. Someone walked over, lifted the grill lid, and recoiled like they'd found a corpse inside. Jeff slammed it shut, looked around the yard, and kicked the side of the grill so hard the whole thing shifted. The party ended early. The next morning, the grill was gone again. I figured they junked it for real this time. But that same night, I saw a police cruiser parked in their driveway. The police cruiser sat in their driveway for a good 20 minutes. No sirens, no lights. Just parked. I stayed inside, didn't peek through the blinds. I knew better. About an hour later, Jeff came outside and stood by his mailbox, just looking around. I could feel him looking at my house, but I didn't move. The next day, I got a visit. It wasn't a cop. It was a city code enforcement officer. Said someone reported strange smells and hazardous materials coming from my backyard. Asked if I had any old grills or trash out. I walked him around, showed him my yard, neat, trimmed, nothing out of place. My grill was clean, tucked under its cover, right where it belonged. The guy took one look, shrugged, and apologized. Probably just a neighbor beef, he muttered. No kidding. That night, I caught Jeff sneaking into his backyard with a flashlight. I only saw him because I was taking out the trash. He froze when I looked over. Then he gave me a fake little wave and turned around like he hadn't been snooping through his own bushes. The man was cracking. I could see it. Then came the fire. 2 nights later, around midnight, I smelled smoke. Real smoke, not a grill, not a fireplace. I stepped outside and saw orange flickers coming from their backyard. Called 911 without thinking. By the time the trucks got there, the back corner of their fence and part of their deck was in flames. Took the firefighters about 15 minutes to put it out. Nobody got hurt, but it was enough damage to draw a crowd. I didn't say a word to anyone. Next morning, Kendra stormed across the street and rang my doorbell like she was trying to break it. You think this is funny? She snapped. You think you're clever? This is harassment. I didn't let her inside. Just stood there. I don't know what kind of sick little revenge game you're playing, she said, but it's going to stop. I said, calm as ever. You might want to talk to your husband about leaving grills near wood piles. It's dangerous. She went silent. Eyes narrowed. Then she turned and walked back without another word. But after that, something changed. They stopped hosting people. Their kids weren't outside anymore. The SUV didn't leave the driveway for days. Then one night, I saw them packing boxes in their garage. They didn't list the house, not right away. But I knew they were getting ready to leave. The boxes piled up fast, mostly in the garage. A for sale by owner sign showed up on the lawn 2 weeks later. No realtor. No open house. They just wanted out. I should have felt satisfied. I should have felt like I won. But I didn't. Something about it started to eat at me. Not guilt, exactly. Just weight. Like the whole thing had gone further than I meant it to. I didn't want their deck to catch fire. I didn't want cops sniffing around. I just wanted them to feel something real, like the way they made me feel standing in my own driveway, getting laughed at like I was less than them. But it wasn't just the grill. Not really. I think it goes back to the way people look at you when they think they've already figured out your whole life. Like the job you do means you must be stupid. Like the clothes you wear make you invisible. Like kindness is weakness. The Millers weren't the first. They just hit the wrong nerve. And then something happened I wasn't expecting. Jeff came over. Alone. No clipboard, no fake smile, no passive-aggressive tone. Just walked up one evening as I was sweeping my porch. He said, "I know you did something to the grill. I don't know what it was, but it worked." I didn't say anything, just waited. He looked tired, pale even. "We're leaving. But not because of you. Not just you. This place, this whole move, it was supposed to fix things." I raised an eyebrow. He noticed. "I cheated," he said. "Before we moved here. Kendra found out right before we closed on the house. We moved anyway, but it's been bad. Ever since. She resents everything. I think she wanted a clean slate. But every time something went wrong, it was like proof that nothing was ever going to get better." I stood still. He didn't cry. He didn't apologize. He just looked lost. Then he added, "I guess what I'm trying to say is you were the final straw, but not the first cut." He walked away after that. Didn't even look back. They moved out 2 weeks later. A young couple bought the place. No kids yet. Friendly enough. The grill stayed gone. I never asked where it ended up. Some days I wonder if they ever figured out what I did, or if they just blamed each other until there was nothing left to save. But I don't feel proud of any of it. I don't feel like a hero. I just remember standing there, cleaning my own grill with my own hands, and realizing how easy it was for someone to laugh while you scrub, like it says something about you. Maybe that's the part that stuck with me the most. Because ever since then, I can't stop thinking about how fast a small thing turns into something you can't take back.